everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am on a financial freedom journey with my family. I share all about that and more on my channel. Today we're going over our April 2025 budget. I feel like ever since January, this year has just been going so fast. It also helps that we were on vacation in March, so I feel like that is making March go even faster. But yeah, excited to share our April budget with you guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. I did pre-fill out some of it just to save a little bit of time so that you don't have to watch me write 8,000 things. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. April is a pretty just regular month for our budget. We don't have any reoccurring expenses that come up this month. Some of the things that we get asked about a lot in our budget is water. We pay quarterly and this is not a water month. March was, so we don't have a water bill this month. Cell phones, we use Mint Mobile, so we pay annually for our cell phones. This is not a month for any of our cell phone renewals, so that's not going to be shown in the budget. Our electric includes our gas, so that one is in there. And then car insurance, we actually pay out of our car sinking fund. We only pay that biannually, so twice a year. And I think that is most of the questions that I typically get asked. So just wanted to share that ahead of time because I know our budget might look a little bit more simplistic than most, but I try my best to not have a ton of recurring expenses. A lot of other questions I get asked also is do we have any subscriptions? And we really don't keep a lot of subscriptions active. We do have Disney Plus year round, which I think we pay in November annually. And then we pretty much just rotate the monthly ones, and any of those I just pull out of our miscellaneous expenses because like I said, we typically only will have them for a month and then we'll cancel them right away. So for example, during Love is Blind, we had Netflix for a month, but we did not keep it. So that's already been canceled. And that just came out of our miscellaneous budget. That's just the easiest way that I've found to kind of handle those random months where we get a subscription because we don't want to have it in our budget long term. So that hopefully helps set some context for our budget. And let's go ahead and get into it. So for our income, my husband and I both work full-time. We both have salaried positions, so we always get paid the same pretty much. Obviously, annually there is typically a bit of variability, but for the most part, we are budgeting with $7,700. That is our net income, so that's after taxes, insurance, 401k. That's what actually hits our bank account. So first fixed expense is our mortgage. So this will be for our May 1st mortgage, and our mortgage currently is $2,365. And then we have our Peloton bike. So we do have a Peloton bike that we have to pay for. This is just for the monthly fee. We bought the bike, paid it in full. That was back in 2020. I can't believe we've had it for that long. It's kind of crazy. Next we have is internet. So this is just our regular high-speed internet, no frills, nothing extra, just the basic internet. It works great for us. And yeah, $60 a month for that. Giving, we do have a recurring donation for St. Jude, which is a children's hospital, for $100 a month. We love to support them in that way, and it is a cause that is really close to our heart, so really important for us to be donating to them. I'm hoping to increase this in the future. Probably once we're done paying for daycare, our budget will get a lot more open. But yeah, the daycare expense just kills us right now. $980 a month. For my youngest, he goes 3 days a week, so this is part-time, not even full-time. So $980 for daycare. We do pay that weekly, so I never put a date in here. And then we also have our brokerage auto draft. So we do $100 a month to our brokerage account. We started doing that a while ago, honestly, just to be putting something in there because I've had that brokerage account for quite a while. And for quite a while, it kind of just sat there and I didn't really put any money in it. So wanted to just start putting a lump sum amount in there every single month just to have some money in there. I don't know. We don't have any big plans with it. It's pretty low. I think it's around $7,000 now. So nothing crazy, but nice to have. And probably what we'll end up using I would guess, is early retirement type of things in the future, or possibly as like a gift fund for our kids, like for like bigger expenses, like way in the future, like weddings, cars, whatever, if we were to plan to do any of that. So again, not going to be touching it for like probably 20 years at this point, but just feels good to like be adding to it every single month. And last is our electric and gas. We do have this on budget billing, and actually they just recalculated it. It was $196, but now it's $204, so it did go up slightly, which totally fine. I like to have it around that 200 mark. That's like feels good to us. We live in Wisconsin, so there is a lot of variability in our bills if we don't do budget billing. So I have liked having like a more just regular amount every single month, because in the winter our bill can be as high as like $250, $260, and then also in the summer it can get up to $250. And then like there's months where we're not using anything really, like it's very mild here in like the spring and fall, so those times of year we're typically only spending like $130. So it's nice to have the just like flat amount every single month that we can count on. So that's it for our fixed expenses. Like I said, we don't have anything out of the norm this month. So this is really like a baseline budget for us. Very basic expenses, nothing extra. So our total fixed expenses are $3,855, and our total remaining is $3,845. And next we'll move up to our variable expenses. So we do have just our regular variable budget expense categories. Every single month we do $200 to spending. This is split between my husband and I, so we each get $100, and we are able to spend this on whatever we want. So we get $100 each into our personal checking accounts. We can spend it on anything. We don't have to account for it. I really enjoy that because it gives me a break from tracking, because we do track our spending in our regular budget for anything other, like all our other variable expenses we track every single month. But our personal spending is the one where we don't track it. We just spend it on whatever we want to spend it on. And it's nice to have like that little bit of freedom in the budget. We've really enjoyed doing it that way, and we've been doing it that way for many years at this point. Next category is gas. This is gas for our cars. We've been doing $300. We haven't really been spending that much, but I don't ever want to go over on this because I don't know, we can just set aside the $300, and then if we don't use it, it's fine. But some months we do get closer to that, so want to at least set that aside. Also, we're starting baseball season, like baseball games. We've been playing baseball basically year round, but starting baseball outdoors again in April. And then my daughter's also starting her outdoor soccer season, so we are going to be driving a lot more. So just something to be mindful of. This should still be fine, but in the summer, we may need to even consider bumping that up because we will be driving a lot for sports. And groceries, we're gonna do $1,000 again. We did cut this back in March because we were actually out of town for a week, but I'm thinking for April, we're gonna need to bump it back up. So $1,000 for groceries. This also includes household items. So my youngest son is still in diapers, and obviously we use wipes and stuff, so that's included in this. We also include any like household items, toilet paper, paper towel. This is really everything. And like we do shop a lot at Costco, so that like whole Costco bill just goes to groceries basically, because it's all groceries and household. So that's just how we do it. I have tried in the past to split out household, and personally I just don't like it because, like I said, a lot of times we're buying groceries and household together, and I didn't want to have to like split it out. I don't know. It's just easier for me to keep it all together. So $1,000 for the month. We are a family of 5. My kids are 10, 5, and 3. And yeah, they eat a lot, and they have friends over a lot that eat a lot of my food. So again, summertime, probably going to need to consider giving us $100 to $200 extra for the friends and the summer and the snacks, because it gets crazy. Like, it is crazy. Fun and kids, we are doing $75 for the month of April. Again, typically we've had this at $100. I've been trying to cut this back a little bit. We typically don't spend it all, and I feel like $75 is enough for us to be able to do fun things. A lot of the fun things that we do are free or things that we've already paid for. Like we have a zoo membership that we get every year, and then we also do other things with our kids that are free. We go to a lot of parks. We go to the zoo, which again, we have the zoo membership, so that's like free to us on like a daily basis. And then, yeah, we're very involved in sports if you can't tell. So that takes up a lot of our time, and we don't have to pay any extra for that other than the fees that we've already paid. So $75 for that. Miscellaneous, we always do a miscellaneous budget, and this month we are doing $200. That just catches anything random. Like I said, we do have a few subscriptions that periodically will come out of there, just smaller ones that like we get for a month and then cancel. And then, it ends up being a lot of stuff for my kids, honestly. There's always like things at school or fundraisers or things like that. So that is our miscellaneous budget. That's kind of what that covers. And dining out, we are going to do $250. We'll see. I've had this at $300. I'm trying to cut back on eating out really bad, especially going into the summer. I want to be eating healthier. I don't want to be eating out so much. So we're going to cut back to $250 and we'll see how that goes. I will obviously report back at the end of the month and let you guys know. So that is all of our variable expenses. That brings our total variable expenses to $2,025 for the month. And remaining is $1,820. Next category that we have is our sinking funds. And we have the same 5 sinking funds. We've had these sinking funds for years and years. This has really worked for us. We've found something that works perfect, and I'm not willing to change it at this point. Eventually, maybe we'll add a few, but for now, this is working great. $75 into our car maintenance sinking fund. We're gonna do $100 into home, $100 into Christmas. We're doing $50 into kids. This one covers like back to school and then like sports registration fees. So $50 a month we're putting into there, and $200 for vacation. We did go on vacation in March, and so trying to build that back up now because we do enjoy going on vacations, and we'll obviously want to be doing more of that in the future. So important to keep saving for that. And that brings our total sinking funds to $525 and our remaining to $1,295, which is going to go to our current financial goal that we're working on, which is our car fund. So $1,295 is what we're planning. Now, we do always have more than this typically because we do have side hustle income every single month that we put towards this. So any extra money that we make throughout the month goes directly to our current financial goal. That way we're not tempted to spend it on other things. So that is all I have for our April budget. Let me know in the comments down below if you have done your budget for April and if there's anything exciting for you going on in the month of April. Like I said, it's a pretty low-key month for us. Obviously, Easter is in April, so we will be doing some Easter celebrating and things, but we don't have necessarily a budget set aside for that. We'll just use our miscellaneous for anything that we're purchasing for that. We typically are very low-key on holidays except for Christmas, so we don't normally have to spend a lot of money setting aside money for those things. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, how's your April budget going? And I would love to chat with you down there. I will talk to you guys on Friday for Debt Free Friday. Thanks for watching.